saying this is because Gragas' explosive casket, which is his ultimate, can push away everyone. So I'm kind of expecting RRQ to pick the Gragas here, because Gragas does counter the Camille, and it works perfectly with the Kha'Zix, as it, you know, isolates all of the targets.
I also want to bring up like another chapter, I guess, the grudge match that we have here between the regions. Coach Kaigu and Exosen over here, they were actually teammates on League of Legends PC with James of Team Secret. So this could be kind of like a, I will avenge you, I will avenge my comrade.
There it is, the Gragas, and it makes a lot of sense, right? Because it counters out the Camille and it sets up a Kha'Zix composition. So JDG has to think right now, okay, we're very likely gonna be playing against the Kha'Zix. Let's not pick a comp that the Kha'Zix can absolutely destroy. A Shen! There you go. That's a very, very nice pick. A very, like, if the Kha'Zix goes on top of the Shen, he taunts him and his team can kill him.
Yeah. I'm just noticing, by the way, this is totally coming off guard. JDG already has, like, their logo on the side. I think that's a little teaser for what's gonna happen during the I did not plan this at all. It's a happy coincidence that JDG actually have markings on their face. So, yeah. I'm actually...
You're basically just saying that RRQ is going to win this game. We have to do...
Well, I am still on a lot of hopium over here. I have my jersey here ready to support the boys. We call them Lodis in the Philippines. You guys should call them Lodis too. Yeah, Lodi.
Lodi.
Lodi, yeah.
Lodi.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
You're Lodi.
Lodi.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Oh, that's not bad. I get used to that. With RRQ though, you know, their draft is kind of completely different again. You know, I think from the first game and the second game we saw a completely different draft. Now we got a Ziggs, which they haven't played. We got the Gragas as well, which they didn't play at all in the first two games. So again, it's the coach again, you know, the behind the scenes staff, and I think it's also the players as well. I think the players are just comfortable with, you know, loads of different champions. As we get to the second ban phase, that set ban I really, really like. I think Doki on that set in the early game was just way too difficult to handle. Again, JDG are going to ban away the Zed away from Helios. This Riven and Gragas could be flexed into mid lane. There is a potential, or even the Ziggs as well. I don't really think Helios wants to play the Ziggs. Yeah, he's not going to play a control mage in the mid lane, but there is still that possibility. I'm just really interested. I think RRQ ban away from That's like, okay, we played this champion now. Yeah, exactly. It's like, we played this champion. We don't want to play it anymore. Just ban it away.
One of the R's in RRQ actually stands for Rakan. Stands. I said Dan. I became briefly British because of you. That's your influence.
Oh.
Yeah. It actually stands for Rakan.
So interestingly, JDG chooses to ban Olaf, even though Yuumi is already banned out. That's how afraid they are of Chaz's Olaf right now. And the real question is, what is Helios going to be playing? What is Chaz going to be playing? Are we going to see the classic Kha'Zix? Was that it?
Yeah, the Kha'Zix.
Kha'Zix.
Could be. But you know what? I think I kind of like seeing Chaz on other junglers.
Garen?
Yeah.
That's a Garen? Interesting.
Yeah, Garen Baron lane. I think it's going to be Riven, jungle, Gragas, and mid. If I was to predict what the picks are going to be.
So Diana's open.
Yeah, the good thing about RRQ is that they have the last pick flexibility, so they can kind of still stay flexible until their last pick. But JDG have to completely like fill out their comp now. They got the Shen, they got the Camille.
What?
Oh, a Lux. Now this is again, this is also flexibility. You got like the Lux that can go into mid lane or bot lane. You got the Corki that can also go into mid lane or bot lane as well. So another interesting pick, but they have a lot of poke. You know, you got the Lux, you got the Corki. The Galio is something that we don't really see that much anymore, especially after the changes that happened to Galio as well. You know, the Taunt is now not as strong as what it was before. It takes a longer time to charge up. But that Galio Camille combo, that's just a classic combo. Whether you play Wild Rift from the start, or whether you start and play Wild Rift, you'll see this Galio Camille combo where Camille uses a Hextech ultimatum to lock them down in place, which means that Galio ultimate is 100% guaranteed to land. And oh, there we go, the Lucian as well. I was about to say that Lucian hasn't been picked at all when we're into the last phase, but I think Lucian is a very nice pick, I think, for Helios as well. Kind of works towards his aggressive playstyle.
How are you feeling about this draft? Exosen just gave a big sigh over there. I think he's ready for this game. What do you think, Hels?
This is going to be an interesting one. I believe both supports are going to be roaming around a lot, right? Like the Galio and the Gragas, both are champions that love ganking. And I think Doki, especially on that Galio, he's going to be a disgusting support for JDG right now. He's going to be roaming around all over the map. And we have a Shen this time. Shen completely changes the game. We know what can happen with Shen. We have a potential of a Camille engaging with her ultimate, a Shen following up on that.
JDG, the number 2 seed from the WRL. I was just saying after the first game that JDG have not been challenged a single time in the Icons Global Championship. Well, RRQ hurt me, I guess, and they took them all the way to the limit.
They took your challenge to challenge them as a challenge.
Exactly, and they've made it work. Good start here for Lemon, pretty neutral. Level 1, but I want to point out the drafts. I want to point out the discrepancies between both of these team comps. I'll just touch on the fact that Camille has so much power in this game with the Shen coming in on top of her, with the Stand United, with the heroic entrance. Camille has a lot of power here. But the front to back of JDG is also so strong right now. You've got the cocky rockets, you've got the Lux fishing for bindings, the AoE shielding from the Lux. You can just kite in and out. If your CC hits, you go in.
I mean, you always look at it as, oh, I'm going to hold this thought. Doki onto Exocen with a scary amount of HP left on Exocen. The taunt lands into Light Binding, and that's the combo I was about to talk about. There is so much stall. It is so difficult to reach the backline of JDG, because you're going to be taunted, bound, there's going to be tanks in the way, the whole 9 yards.
It's gonna be so difficult to reach the backline of JDG and RRQ.
Oh
my
flash
god!
Into the Light Binding! And it's a
Perfect.
first blood as another flash flies through. Jindo's in the lane. Double kill for JDG's bottom lane.
When the Lux pick was drafted, we said two things, Thomas. I said, wow, Lux is so good here. You said WRL plays Lux as a kill lane. Yeah, well, we just saw a kill.
Chaz will dash forward to Jindo, trying to find some kind of punish, and he's right on top.
He's gonna win this.
We'll have to back away.
Oh,
Helios waiting! It's a pass to Helios! Dinner served
Red
on a
buff.
platter! Flash forward though! This is so dangerous as Helios is taunted, and here comes Cho. Cho will find the Light Binding and a trade kill right back over. Exocen and Chaz trying to pick up Doki, and Doki will slip away behind the turret. All the while, Devil J in trouble at the top side. He kites away! And RRQ finds an even trade on the map, spinning it positive.
Devil J nearly gets taken down there, but turns that one right back around. Had the flash the whole time. Knew exactly the damage calculations there. Good job for him. And now the dive's gonna come in onto Chu.
Chaz diving onto Chu.
No, they're gonna
Exocen finds one, but he's light bound. Final sparks, combo to death.
They didn't think about the timing on Doki's return there. RRQ getting a bit too antsy, and therein lies the problem, right? This is a team that has no breaks. No breaks can be a good thing, but in situations like this,
Sometimes you're on a hill.
Sometimes you're on a hill.
And you're trying to park, and you're like, where's the brakes on
And
this
they're
thing?
careening right off. That's exactly what happened in that situation there. Let's take a look at the replay on this one.
Wow.
Good start, right? And I feel like if this play changes a little bit, if Chaz goes over the wall and backs Helios up here instead of committing for the crap, that might have been a win.
Helios baited forward, caught in the Hextech ultimatum, just gone.
Deja vu, right? This exact scenario happened in game 1 with the Helios Vayne as well. JDG, WRL team, so good at identifying the weak points where they need to hit on the map. You cannot let a marksman mid-scale for free. They're so easy to kill when you have a Camille ultimate. Commit to that. Ooh, wow.
Chaz gets a flash.
I think he could just use the exhaust and be good there.
Now,
He's got backup.
Devil J on the top side, spin it away. Here comes Doki in the mid to try and punish Chaz. And Doki's presence earns a single cannon menu.
Still a very even game state so far, but the WRL squad, the number 2 seed JDG, are starting to slowly, gradually pull ahead. And we know what they can do with these leads as well, right?
Exocen out to the bush.
Good call to not commit here, honestly. He knew that backup was waiting.
Here comes Doki, light binding. Final spark. Cha forces Exocen to flash away.
Wow, Chiz on point right now with the Q flashes on this Lux.
And this is what I meant by Lux as a kill lane.
Yeah.
In these early game engagements, getting hit by a light binding basically guarantees your death.
It's Morgana, but better.
Absolutely. Actually, yes.
I genuinely think so as well. The shielding is so broken from Lux as well. That's something we have to pay attention to in the next couple of team fights as we rapidly approach the Dragon fight. I'm pretty sure she only has 1 point in that shield, so it's not going to be too strong right now. But as the game goes on, look at him just shield up Singdo, Lemon, and Doki, the frontliners for his squad.
And we talked about how difficult it's going to be to get past those frontliners, to access Chu in the back of these fights. The other flip side of that is who on RRQ could even attempt it?
Nobody. Riven needs to get a flash angle engage. But given the game state right now, it's gonna be oh so difficult. Exocen as well, right? I guess with the cost, he could displace the Lux. That's one of the reasons why Gragas is so good against these mages. The Varus pickup, the Ashe pickup, displacement is the name of the game. Well, let's see if it happens here.
Yeah, first fight maybe headed our way as we do get our first objectives. Rift Herald being started by JDG, and it's spotted on vision. Doki hunting for the players, lurking in the bush. Lemon on the flank as well, won't find anything on the taunt. Exorcism dodges everything.
That's
No
huge!
taunt flat. Double light binding! And there it is for JDG! A perfect team fight start. Exorcism and Chaz blown up. Devil J forced to slink back behind his turret. As Marky rotates up, Lemon will burn the flash to escape. But the Rift Herald is already in JDG's pocket alongside 2 free kills.
Absolute MVP performance here from Chi. You might say the first couple plays were set up by Doki, but since then, Chi's taken matters into his own hands.
Yeah. And how difficult is it to even contest this Drake? I don't know how RRQ could get near. Chaz hovering by his blue buff. This Drake will just be burned down. RRQ, not a word in yet. They do a vision on it. They can't do anything. Dragon picked up.
I genuinely don't think there's a thing RRQ can do with the game state right now. We were talking about this. What's the chances game 3 is going to be a blowout?
Silence. Helios trying to get something onto Jindo on the overcommittal. The killing doesn't find the kill. Jindo smites the crab, and it gives him the HP to slide away.
They want more.
Lemon looking for a kill. If he can find a taunt, it'll start things off. There's
No
a double
way!
line binding again from Joe, and into the back lines goes the dive, trying to slow things down. Chaz has to flash out of the taunt. Exorcism caught instead. Lemon works away at his HP bar. RRQ survive, but they do not find anything, and that dragon goes to JDG.
JD Gaming are making it work right now, and Chu is making the plays on this Lux.
Helios taunted, locked in the Hextech ultimatum. The hero of the last game gone already. Finally a chance back for Chaz. Heroic entrance will cancel it out completely. Doki buying space as the turret falls. Now they can re-engage. And Doki into the front lines on Chaz is struggling.
That's
Chaz
huge.
forward. Devil J, they find 2 as Devil J drops the Demacian Justice, and he keeps going, forcing Doki behind the turret. Still chasing as the final spark across the map misses. It's going to be a turret for turret trade.
The Wind Slash, the Demacian Justice, and that's them 2 kills, and that's them the tier 1 in the bot lane. But you look across the map, that's what JDG does well. That's what the WRL does well. They will trade you, and they will always win those trades.
The gold lead remains at 5,000 as the trading is perfect for JDG.
And can we talk about JDG for a second? Can we talk about Shu for a second? This guy came in as a substitute from Wayball Gaming. He has not played with JDG before. He's replacing Timeless One, who was such an instrumental part of JD's GWRL campaign as well. And man, this guy is carrying the team in this match point game.
And we talk about Timeless One as this kind of more passive player, a more supportive player who plays on the Varus, the Ziggs from range. Cho coming in here as a more aggressive player and demonstrating what that can add to JDG. Much like the conversation we had about Flash Wolves, I think this roster swap may have strengthened the roster.
Well, it did backfire when we said that about Flash Rose earlier today, but Jindong, so far so good.
So far, so good. Jindong Gaming continuing to press forward here, trying to steal away the jungle as they so often do.
Yeah, full control, right? You give them an inch, they will take them out, they'll walk into your jungle, they'll ward it up, they'll ensure you cannot walk in. And you know what the best part of this entire team composition is? The composition from Jindong. The compositions we've seen drafted by the WRL today do not allow you to face check them. I get it, you have a Garen, but if you walk into the light binding, sorry, not dark binding,
It's
you're
pretty
still
dark
gonna
today.
You're still gonna get chain CC'd up. Well, if you look at the jungle, it's extremely dark. You have no vision, no control for RRQ.
I was thinking, what do you call a light binding this deadly? It's a dark binding.
Because it's edgy?
Yeah, it's like you.
I'm edgy?
Yeah, you
I'm
old
not
black.
edgy, TJ.
Come on. Our dragon is up here in a moment, or sorry, Rift Herald on the top side of the map. Excellent. We're back into the game as the pause comes
Lemon
to an
used
end.
Flash. I don't know what. Lemon and Devil J just had a bit of a fight, and both of them have no Flash right
They
now.
both looked at each other and flashed in the opposite direction.
I mean, it is a wet noodle fight, right? Like, you have a Garen and a Shan, sure, you have a Divine Sundra, but that's never really going to be
Rather
a solo
confusingly,
kill
they both
angle.
spent flash and they're both full HP.
Yeah. I think it's a gentleman's agreement.
Sure.
When you play these kind of matchups, you got to entertain yourself any way you can.
Yeah.
And frankly, Devil J's been doing a pretty good job this game. Started off with Lemon having a lead in lane, got a bit too greedy, gave Devil J the solo bolo under his own turret, and now 2-0-1, he's getting pretty tanky on this Garen, has the Howlbreaker as well, and I feel like that might be a win condition for RRQ as well. What does JDG's team comp do so well?
Team
side lane you.
Oh.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's the thing, right? They do everything so well. They can team fight you.
I feel like I'm seeing what you were saying earlier now.
Yeah. So that's the thing. If you try to side lane against JDG, Camille comes in, she brings in the Shen, she brings in the Galio, there's nowhere to go, right?
Yeah.
Well, you guess which champion doesn't really die to that? Well, if you use 3 ultimates, he will die. But Devil J can survive a large part of that if he gets tanky enough, which he is. Gargoyle Stone Play built up as well. He's going to be a very tanky boy.
It's a big boy.
They do not catch him here.
Doki not able to grab him. Garen a fast boy and a big boy there.
Are they going to stop Lemon's recall, though? Do they know he's here? It seems like that's not the case. They're just wanting to push the wave out.
Rift Herald dropped there for the zone, forcing RRQ to deal with it. Dragon will be picked up. RRQ quite smartly, not trying to contest.
Yeah.
They, in the meantime, grab a turret up top. They may lose this one down bottom. Rift Herald does crash. Bot lane shoves in. Dragon taken by JDG.
But this comes back to what we said after the draft as well. JDG has the better scaling comp. JDG has a great team fighting comp. They have better side lanes. What's the win condition right now from RRQ? We said it has to be Chaz popping off. We said it has to be Helios popping off. But JDG has done a fantastic job at shutting down Helios. One half of that combo. And Chaz and Helios playing from behind. It really has to be yet another miracle for the RRQ Miracle Machine if they want to come back in this game.
Turn the crank, Helios! It's got to be another one for the history
difficult.
books.
He's Hullbreaker, Black Cleaver, Lucian. He doesn't have a lot of damage. He's trying his best to get any bit of farm he can, really, at this point.
It's about the side lanes. That's what RRQ have decided.
He doesn't die here.
Devil J caught by the Hextech ultimatum, Redemption proccing away
he
at
dies
him
here.
as well. Flash keeps him ahead. Final spark. That's finally enough to get the kill.
And that's what I said, right? You need 3 people to kill him. You need to commit. Well, they only committed 2 outs because Shen was already in that lane. You need 3 people to kill him. I thought he wouldn't die. But once the heroic entrance came in, and I kind of forgot about the Lux laser cross map as well. That's basically like 3 ultimates at the end of the day still. You need to commit so much to kill Devil J. But because of the map state, because of the game state, RRQ cannot take anything back. And that means that it's fine.
Is that Final Spark's going to be back already, and Devil J isn't. So,
Yeah, that is true.
mid-turret falls. Chaz might have found something. Stasis forced here. Very dangerous in the
the
front line.
timing!
It gets out, and here's Lemon into the front lines. Final spark stick. Chaz avoids it, and Lemon is forced to dash away. Helios over the wall to chase down the kill. Black Cleaver doing work. Lemon forced down and killed by RRQ.
But look at the health bars. Look how low JoJo is. Look how low Doki is. But it doesn't matter. RRQ cannot convert on those kills, which means that our JDG just get away. Just losing 1 member.
I mean, gotta feel good for Helios, though.
Sure.
A little bit of gold in Helios' pocket.
1 kill. He's gonna get closer to the Blade of the Ruined King, but JoJo already has the Divine Thunderer.
I'm getting, I don't know what I'm getting. I'm getting RRQ fans in my corner. JDG setting up here for the Baron. And that is going to be a game of positioning, as WR teams have shown us many times over.
A game of positioning that JDG have rigged, that they're gonna win 9 times out of 10. You have to face check the Lux. You have to face check the Camille. That's not a situation you want to be in.
2 teams are going to have made it to the group stage by the end of this game.
Yeah.
One of those teams, Nova Esports from the WRL. JDG, 1 good team fight away from joining them.
1 good team fight away from joining the RRQ. They need a couple more miracle team fights.
Into the back lines. Too far forward. Shindo will pop the
mess it
ultimate.
up.
Hextech ultimatum. It's a miss. Huge mega in front of Bob. Helios working away. Shindo has to fall away. Exocet rejoins the team fight to protect Helios. Lemon can't find the kill. Final spark misses everyone but Chaz. Chaz will dance away. Kill does land on the Exocet though. And here comes JDG, turning the team fight back in their favor. 2 kills to Lemon, 2 kills to the Shen, and maybe 2 teams advancing to the group stage from the WRL as JDG turn onto the Baron.
They turn onto the Baron. Chaz doesn't pick up the TP. He can't even get close to this. It's gonna get taken down. Helios face check.
Too far forward. He's taunted. He's bound. He's gone.
This is exactly what we talked about. It's a game that JDG have rigged. You cannot face check the Baron. They will win you in the team fights. They will get the picks against you. They will split push you to death. There is nothing that RRQ can do in this scenario. Not with the Baron picked up. And Jindo, they're trying to lock a 2nd seed into groups for the WRL.
Shindo really messes up the start of that fight, and it just does not matter.
It's really good start. That's exactly it. Chess splits you away from the team, and that's a good thing. That's a huge factor. No AoE shielding is going to come in, but it's not enough damage for RRQ.
That 2 Vital Sparks. Absolutely absurd. Chaz dashing away here. Exerson in trouble here. Devil J in the front lines. Doki just sieging away at the tower. It will fall. Devil J and Marky all the way back now behind the tower. Elder just 20 seconds away as RRQ cower inside their base.
That's the reality of the situation right now from RRQ. You simply do not have enough damage. We said it needs to be the Helios and Chaz show. Well, look at their items. 2.5 here from the Chaz. 3 items here from Helios, but 2 of those items are not going to give you much damage. The Howlbreaker, especially in this situation.
While we were in the replay, Shindo did die, which is fascinating.
Sure.
So
but he's going to be back up in time.
They're not going to be able to start this Elder on timer. I'm curious if RRQ throw a Hail Mary.
Now look at the map state right now. Lemon, he has 1 job. He runs up to the Baron lane. He empowers the minions. He Divine Thunder procs on the turret. And he's going to end the game if RRQ try to contest the Elder Dragon. It's a catch-22. They're stuck between a rock and a hard place. I'm out of analogies. That's about it. RRQ have no options left to play with. They need to find a miracle. They need to kill somebody, but no one's in position.
Elder started. Lemon in the top lane versus Helios. The Elder, the rock, Lemon, the hard place. Exerson will jump over the wall. This Elder started again. JDG have it down now to half HP. Helios dealing well with the side lane threat. Devil J stepping forward. He can take some of these hits. Here's the engage. Package burns. Devil J split for the rest of the team. Exerson unable to contribute to this fight. Exerson called out. He's burnt down as well as Devil J. They're both gone. A double kill to Shindo. And that's going to be JDG with complete license to take this Elder.
Chaz is still alive. Chaz still has flash. Do you dare to dream here, TJ?
Chaz versus Doki with a dream. Mega in front of bomb in for Vision, and Chaz is just gone!
That should be it, TJ. That's a 3rd dragon at the Elder at that 10,000 gold lead for JDG. They're trying to lock a 2nd seed for the WRL into the group stages.
And what does it say about JDG that they are the 2nd seed here? What a dominant performance all groups long. What a dominant performance from both WRL teams. They are the region to watch.
Thomas, what does it say about RRQ that they came back in that game too? That they made that miracle team fight happen, that they pulled back from the brink. I feel like WCS not too far behind.
No, and that'll be the rivalry we have to watch all
Not much of a rivalry right now,
long. No, it is 2-0 WRL. Devil J caught out here. JDG have all the stats advantage they need, the gold lead they need to end this game, but they are really taking their time after that game number 2. They're going to take this Baron fight when they are ready for it and nothing else.
Let me give you a silver lining here, Thomas.
Dive in. Shindo into the back lines. Devil J forced to back away. Exosen absolutely caught an Axe-Tech ultimatum. He's gone. Doki flies forward. Devil J's down. Double kill to Jojo. And this push is going to keep coming. JDG run the map. They're 2 kills up with a Baron in the back lines. And they might not even need it as the siege begins.
There is gonna be no silver lining. There's gonna be no miracle in this game tree. And RRQ backs against the wall. Jindong, they smell the end here. They want to go for it.
2 inhibitors gone now as JDG turn for the Nexus. They've got their whole team here. A 5v3 with 15 seconds on respawn.
That's it.
The Nexus beginning to burn. Chaz called out. Chaz deleted from the map. The minions still alive. And JDG become the 2nd Chinese team to reach the group stage of Icons.
2 teams qualified for the group stages so far. 2 teams from the WRL. Well, if you count Fun Plus Phoenix waiting there as the #1 seed, that's gonna be 3 teams from the WRL so far waiting the group stages. Dejected looks on the side of RRQ, but honestly, I think there's a lot to be happy about in this series.
They played their hearts out.
They always do.
They stole a game in situations they could not have hoped to. And JDG came back in game